So tonight I have a very urgent message for the Divine Feminine. Please keep in mind that these messages may or may not resonate with everyone. So just take the messages that resonate and leave the ones that do not, okay? Divine Feminine, you're about to come into the realization that you are not a third dimensional being. And the sooner you understand this, the more your life will begin to make sense to you. This message here is for a very specific feminine energy who is highly sensitive, meaning that your senses, your internal makeup, your emotional body is highly in sync with the universe. So anytime there's a massive shift like the ones that we've had in the recent past, and also the ones that are coming, you are greatly affected. You may sense that there's something happening or there's some type of shift within your energetic field at this time. And what's happening right now is that your aura is being deeply cleansed. This past Lionsgate portal was so important for you because it really focused on rebalancing your energetic field. And I'm getting specifically a focus on your yin energy, which is your essence, Divine Feminine. It's your way of life, and it's your natural coding in the universe. And there may have been some type of imbalance here, but I'm getting specifically a physical imbalance where you may feel tired. You may be experiencing some type of brain fog, okay, or just an overall discomfort. This can also manifest in you feeling anxious. But there's really a focus here on you really feeling certain symptoms within your body. And this is letting you know that something is happening spiritually with you. And this shift is coming from the higher realms, okay? It's kind of forcing you to go into a period of surrender. This is a very intense energy, but it also feels very important. Almost as if it has something to do with your destiny. Almost as if your guides are trying to send you vital information about where it is that you're going in this next stage of your life. And this information is coming to you by way of your emotional body. This is all about your intuition. This is all about tapping into your spiritual chakras, okay? And what happens is the minute that you tune into this energy, it automatically opens up your lower chakras, which deals with the physical realm. Your security, your sense of protection, feeling grounded and safe in your body. It can literally shake up these things and cause you to look around you and begin to measure yourself by the external world. But this is not a time for you to compare yourself to anyone in any way. This is not a time for you to use the world around you as a measuring stick, because what your guides are essentially trying to get you to understand, Divine Feminine, is that you are unlike anyone else. The way in which your body, your mind, and your heart is in tune with the universal coding in this time and space is very, very unique. And you will feel things and pick up on things. And right now, the planet is definitely undergoing a powerful, powerful shift where information is coming to you energetically. That's why it's very important for you to shift from this state of imbalance where your energy centers are picking up on your external environment instead of going within to find what it is that you are essentially seeking on a soul level, okay? This is really a divine recalibration of your senses or of your spiritual gifts, your individuality, and your unique coding for your life and for your journey. And this is going to unlock so much for you, okay? So if you're feeling overwhelmed in any way, if you feel anxious in any way, or if there's just like this overarching feeling where you feel as if you need to rush, or there's a certain timeline that you need to be abiding by, you may intuitively be picking up on this heavy energy of impulsivity where there's like this compulsive, reactive type of energy in the air, and it really has consumed so many people. And if you're resonating with this message so far, it can literally feel as if you're being pulled in two different directions at this time. where it's almost like your heart wants to do one thing, but the way you were conditioned has you wanting to do something totally different. And this is very unnatural for you, okay? And because you are highly sensitive and empathic, the level of discomfort can definitely take a toll on you. This is a time of deep cell regeneration for the highly sensitive divine feminine, because your way of receiving is dramatically changing, okay? The energetic channel between you and the divine that links your spiritual essence with your physical body is being cleared. So any doubts you were holding on to, any fear, and any way that you were measuring yourself up against this 3D realm is going to be shaken completely. And when that happens, you may almost feel like you're losing your footing a bit, almost as if the ground beneath you is removed in some kind of way. But your guides want you to know that it's safe for you to surrender to these changes. This is absolutely pushing you into a deeper level of trusting yourself to do the right thing, and also trusting the divine to put things on your path at the right time. So if you were in this place where you were solely relying on your physical environment to determine where you are on your journey, what it is that you're doing, what God wants you to do, you know, who you are and where you need to be and who you need to love, how you need to feel, okay? This may very well be stripped away. And the way that your life is going to shift is that you will get instant downloads. You will begin to realize the many, many ways that the universe speaks to you. For some of you, you're so powerful and so sensitive, you will literally wake up feeling like a totally new person. And you will begin to feel the universal vibrations on a day-to-day basis. So really allow this energy to integrate. Allow yourself to be spiritually cleansed at this time. If you're feeling like this is a time where you feel like you don't know what's coming next, the only thing that's being asked of you right now is to surrender and fully support this process. This is higher level information. This is higher energy at work here, okay? Trust that you're in the right place and trust that everything is always happening for your good and for your spiritual, mental, and emotional advancement, okay? Your spiritual team also wants you to know that you must be very careful how you navigate from this moment forward, because this is about accepting the fact that you are not a third dimensional being, divine feminine, and there's evidence of this all around you. The way that people identify you may shock you. You may not be aware of this, but they identify you with a frequency. Even though you encounter people in this physical realm, you exist far beyond this realm. And your energy lingers in a way unlike they've never felt before. This is what makes you powerful. And this is what's being highlighted in your life right now. You are someone that doesn't have to do much. You're here to just be and live your life at a certain pace. This is not a time and space for you to rush and to try to keep up with the programming that so many other souls are under at this time. And the moment that you truly understand how God created you and why, the more relaxed you will be in your power. You are absolutely entering this sort of divine flow state where you have to guard your energy and your heart space during this time, because you are susceptible to the energy of others because of your nature. So while we are under this new moon in Leo, this energy is still very sensitive because it is directly connected to your heart chakra. This is really a time of deep self-reflection. It's about taking a deeper look at yourself and asking yourself, who are you when you are uninterrupted? When you are totally in the flow state and you actualize your life as a sacred being, when there is no rush, and you can take the proper time to slow things down and listen to your soul and God and your spiritual team. When you trust yourself enough to wait and thoroughly go over the energetic contracts that are always coming your way from different people, places, and things. When you are conscious of the agreements that you are making simply by your acknowledgement, simply by you walking into a room, simply by you having an exchange. This is about spiritual protection as well, because your energy is so sacred, Divine Feminine. So while you may have many, many connections with people, they don't see you in the same way that they see everyone else. And this is going to become evident to you in your surroundings more and more each day. People are beginning to really align with the truth. This year is all about seeing the world for what it actually is. And because everything around us is frequency, people are slowly beginning to walk away from this idea of measuring by external factors. And because your energy was literally placed here to be of love, to be a divine being, people are beginning to shift the way that they view you. And so now is a time of really, really receiving a lot of this coding from your spiritual team. So especially for the Lionsgate portal, this portal is a very powerful transmission where it's full of so much energy and it makes you feel active, and it puts you in a place where you want to set powerful, powerful intention. But this year, the energy was very, very different, but also extremely intense. And I just kept getting these downloads about the yin energy, how the way that your power manifests and the way that your power is going to be received is so different at this stage of your journey, Divine Feminine. You're really moving into this flow state where less is more, where it's more about your intention. It's more about your energetic fields being internally in sync. And the more that you focus your energy on this, the more your external world is going to transform. So if you're at this stage of your journey where you feel heavy, heavy energy around you, this is why. This is a time where you want to be sure to get a lot of rest. You want to make sure you're spending time in nature. You are hydrated, but also make sure that you have boundaries in place as well, because you are going through something so intense and so highly spiritual that most people may not even understand it, but they're definitely going to feel it and see it. They will begin to identify you with a frequency, okay? This is so much deeper than this third dimension. And this may be for a very specific Divine Feminine, but you are highly sensitive, and I'm getting that you can definitely pick up on the shifts that are happening on the planet, because it's literally affecting your physical body and your person, okay? This is such a sacred time, because many of you are recognizing that as the feminine energy, your power looks and feels very different from the way that we were taught to identify power. So if it was normal for you to look outside of yourself in any way, whether it be for confirmation or validation or acceptance, you will notice that this is no longer going to be an indication of power, of your power specifically. Your soul is craving a way of life that is much more in alignment with your divine design. So don't be alarmed if you feel called to spend time alone, to create a sacred space to be still, and to listen to all the ways the universe is communicating with you on a daily basis. Also be mindful that there will be times where you second guess yourself, or you begin to feel anxious about the new pace of your life, and this is normal. And depending on the level of imbalance, this period of discomfort will vary. But all of this is happening for a much deeper reason. So Divine Feminine, essentially you are aligning with the highest state of your being, where you're realizing that being in tune and in your flow state gives you the power to allow your heart chakra to be the magnet. So take this time to reflect on where you've been over the course of your journey, and how many versions of you have emerged based upon your external world. And more importantly, how these stages of your life made you feel. This is a time when you get to decide what parts of you were beneficial and what parts were hindering you in some way. The energy around this shift is so sensitive because it's like you're receiving a new set of eyes and ears after this rise of your new energy. And it's changing the way that you view everything. I'm also getting something here about universal messages. So you will begin to see so much more as far as signs and syncs and downloads, specifically animal totems. So if you happen to see a specific animal that crosses your path, this is not by accident. Be sure to look up the spiritual meaning to see what your guides are trying to communicate with you about where you are specifically on your journey, or what tools you may need to utilize to help you move forward at this time, okay? There's a lot of energy coming through with this message here. So you may also notice a lot of energy around you or a lot of eyes on you at this time, Divine Feminine. And this is a direct result of your yin energy rising. It naturally makes you more magnetic, okay? And you will be very, very surprised at how effortless your magnetism draws things to you in the upcoming weeks. And this is happening because you are in receiving mode. Your heart is open and you're trusting the pace of your life. And this is naturally aligning you with new, fresh energy. People will be very, very curious about you, okay? But what's so interesting about this is, more importantly than people identifying you by anything external, people will be relating to your frequency, okay? Your unique coding in the universe, the things that make you you, the things that cannot be duplicated or replicated by any other person. Okay, this is a very, very specific energy. Some of you may even be noticing that your appearance is changing, okay? Because your energy is coming through very beautiful and very radiant. There's such a quiet confidence about you at this time that really has everyone around you very curious about your inner world. You may even be coming off a little aloof at this time as well. And that's just because your focus is within, okay? It's almost like you were spending a lot of your time reflecting on different people, different situations. And this really could have had your energetic field off balance for a while. But something deep within you is really calling you to slow down, to go within, to take sacred space, to spend time in meditation, to really, really get back in tune and fall back in love with yourself, essentially, okay? And a lot of these spiritual downloads that you are having are directly in connection with your destiny and with your journey, okay? And this is definitely tied to your pace in some way. So if you align with this energy, don't feel guilty about pouring into yourself and allocating a certain amount of time to explore deeper aspects of your being. You and everyone around you is beginning to view you as a timeless frequency. And this newfound awareness is literally changing every aspect of your life. This next stage of your life is all about trusting God and trusting yourself to make the right moves when the time is right, okay? I also want to point out that if you are not yet having this experience, now is definitely the time to work on clearing your energy, to break away from the noisiness of the outside world and really dedicate some sacred space for yourself to allow this energy to fully integrate. And also remember to be gentle with yourself, because although this is a very powerful time in your life, Divine Feminine, this is also a very sensitive time as well, okay? The way that your power is going to present itself to you is going to absolutely amaze you. You will be amazed at how easily it is to draw in abundance, to draw in love, to draw in creative expression, to draw in freedom. You are not a third dimensional being. And this is about to become very evident not only to you, but to everyone around you, okay? So this is definitely a time to really lean into your yin energy, okay? Do things that make you feel powerful. Do things that make you feel beautiful. But also remember that the way that you exert your power is very, very different. This is an internal power. This is something that is literally encoded in all of your cells. You don't have to do much, Divine Feminine. You will notice that you get a lot more done these days by resting, by really, really taking care of yourself, by slowing down your pace. And I feel like this is what your spiritual team is trying to bring to your attention at this time, because in moments of deep meditation, in moments of you being in your flow state and you really living from the present moment, this is where you receive that divine guidance. This is where your channels, your energetic cords that link you to the spiritual realm are clear. And so if you've been overexerting in any kind of way, or just feel as if your energy is scattered, you know, it's focused on the external world, you're concerned with people, places, and things, this is definitely a time to draw in, to call back your sacred power, because your guides have vital information for you. Okay, this next stage of your life is going to be extremely powerful, and you're going to get there by really utilizing your power in such a new way. This is a time where less is really more. Okay, so if you've been feeling this energy, this message is definitely for you. Be sure to set aside some type of sacred space so that you can really receive the information that you need, okay? All right, loves, I'm going to go ahead and end the reading here. If you resonated with this message, be sure to hit the like button on the way out. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.